In 1922, over 3,000 years after his death, the tomb of a recently deceased Egyptian pharaoh was discovered. It was an astounding moment in history, and the news quickly spread around the world that one of the last great undiscovered tombs had been found. But who was this pharaoh, and what was life like in his tomb? Let's find out. Tutankhamun is remembered today for being one of the most famous Egyptian pharaohs, despite the fact that he only reigned for around a decade between 1334 and 1323 BC. He came to power when he was only 10 years old and ruled over Egypt until his untimely death at the age of 19. When Tutankhamun took the throne, his father, Akhenaten, had already implemented several reforms and changes throughout the kingdom. Akhenaten had made some major changes to the religion of Egypt. He introduced Aten, a sun disk, as the supreme god of Egypt, replacing the traditional gods and goddesses that had been worshipped for centuries. Not surprisingly, this caused quite a stir among the people of Egypt, and they did not accept the new religion readily. And so once Tutankhamun took the throne, he reinstated the old gods and goddesses and appeased the people. This change in religious policy was the main reason why he regained much of the support that his father had lost. Aside from this, we do not know much about what happened during his reign or what he accomplished while he was alive. This is probably because the records of his time were destroyed or misplaced. Luckily, however, the story of his life and legacy was passed down through stories and myths told from generation to generation. One of these stories tells us how Tutankhamun married his half-sister, Antechamber, who was the daughter of Akhenaten, and his wife, Nefertiti. While it may seem weird to us today, this was a common practice in those days and nothing unusual. Unfortunately, King Tutankhamun and his wife did not have any children together, which caused the Egyptian throne to pass to another royal when he died. Who was this royal? Was it a male member of the family or perhaps a powerful queen? The answer is neither. Instead, it was a member of the royal court named Horemheb who seized the throne after Tutankhamun's death. So much mystery surrounds the boy king and his life that many theories have been proposed by historians and archaeologists over the years. Some say that Tutankhamun was the son of Akhenaten and Nefertiti, while others believe that he was the son of a different wife of Akhenaten. We don't even know exactly how he died. All we know is that he was buried deep within the Valley of the Kings, a place where many other great pharaohs were laid to rest. The Valley of the Kings is located near the modern-day city of Luxor, formerly known as Thebes. In the time of the pharaohs, it was known as No. In the valley, there are over 60 tombs that have been discovered so far. The majority of them were built during the 18th dynasty, when Thebes was the capital of Egypt. Some of the most famous tombs found here include those of King Ramses III, King Seti I, and King Tutankhamun. For many years, archaeologists believed that every single tomb in the Valley of the Kings had been discovered. However, in 1922, a British archaeologist named Howard Carter proved them wrong. Carter had been searching for the tomb of Tutankhamun for several years, but without any luck. Finally, on November 4th, he and his team uncovered a staircase leading to a sealed doorway. The doorway was covered in hieroglyphics, and upon closer inspection, Carter realized that they depicted Tutankhamun as a young prince. He carefully brushed away the sand and revealed the name of the boy king. At that moment, Carter knew that he had finally found what he had been looking for all these years. Unfortunately, it would take another 3 weeks before he could actually open the tomb. This was because he needed permission from the Egyptian government to excavate the site. On November 26, Carter and his team returned to the tomb with the necessary permits and began the process of opening it. They made a small hole in the sealed doorway just big enough for a man to crawl through. Then one of Carter's colleagues, a man named Richard Baidas, crawled through the opening and emerged on the other side. Everyone held their breath as Baidas slowly made his way back to them, carrying a small lamp with him. When he emerged from the hole, he was met with gasps of astonishment from everyone present. In the dim light cast by his lamp, they could see that the room beyond the doorway was filled with gold and glimmering objects. Without wasting a moment, Carter himself crawled through the opening and found himself in the antechamber of Tutankhamun's tomb. What he saw before him was nothing short of spectacular. The walls were covered in paintings depicting scenes from Egyptian mythology. The floor was paved with gold and precious stones, and the air was thick with the scent of incense. As Carter moved further into the tomb, he began to realize that he had stumbled upon something truly remarkable. And like most of the other pharaohs' tombs that had been discovered up until this point, this one was almost completely intact. There were no signs of looting or vandalism, which was unheard of in the world of archaeology at the time. It seemed as though the tomb had been perfectly preserved for thousands of years. With his heart pounding with excitement, Carter continued his exploration of the tomb. He discovered a series of chambers, each more stunning than the last. The first chamber he came across was the burial chamber where he found the sarcophagus of Tutankhamun. The sarcophagus was made of solid gold and adorned with intricate carvings of the pharaoh's face. As Carter gazed upon the golden visage of the young king, he couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. This was the first time in history that anyone had seen the face of Tutankhamun in such detail. But the treasures didn't end there. In the following chambers, Carter found all sorts of artifacts that had once belonged to the pharaoh. He discovered gold-covered chariots, alabaster vessels, inlaid furniture, jewelry, shrines, coffins, and more. Each item was more exquisite than the last, providing a glimpse into the opulence and grandeur of ancient Egypt. The sheer number of items was astonishing. In total, Carter and his team found more than 5,000 objects in the tomb. Among the most prized possessions found in the tomb were the treasures that adorned Tutankhamun's body when he was laid to rest. Carter discovered a solid gold death mask that had once covered the pharaoh's face. The mask was so well crafted that it looked as if it were still breathing. It was clear that the ancient Egyptians had been masters of their craft, and their skills in metalwork and stonework were truly unparalleled. But perhaps the most fascinating discovery of all was the fact that the tomb was virtually intact. As we mentioned earlier, most of the other pharaohs' tombs had been looted in ancient times, meaning that the artifacts inside had been lost forever. But somehow the tomb of Tutankhamun had managed to remain hidden and untouched for all these years. It was as if the ancient thieves had been scared to enter the tomb, as if they knew that something powerful was guarding it. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb sent shockwaves around the world. People were amazed to learn that such a well-preserved tomb still existed, and they were eager to learn more about the mysterious boy king. Suddenly everyone wanted to know everything about ancient Egypt, and Egyptomania swept the globe. Books, magazines, and newspapers were filled with articles about the discovery, and people flocked to museums to see the artifacts for themselves. It was as if the discovery of the tomb had opened up a new world to people, a world filled with mystery, intrigue, and wonder. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb had a profound impact on the field of Egyptology. It provided an unprecedented glimpse into the art, culture, and customs of ancient Egypt, and helped scholars better understand the lives of the pharaohs and their people. Thanks to Carter's discovery, we can now marvel at the beauty of the treasures that once adorned the tomb of a forgotten pharaoh. And we can continue to explore the mysteries of ancient Egypt with a newfound appreciation for its rich history and cultural heritage. And that's all for today. We hope you enjoyed learning about the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb and the life of the mysterious boy king. If you want to learn more about ancient Egypt, be sure to check out our channel where we have tons of videos about the history, culture, and mythology of this fascinating civilization. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. In 1922, Howard Carter found the tomb of the boy king Tutankhamun, one of the most important discoveries in archaeological history. But how exactly did he find it? What was the sequence of events that led to that moment of discovery? Let's explore the precise sequence of steps that led Carter to the entrance of the tomb. It's an incredible tale of perseverance, intuition, and meticulous excavation. November 1, 1922, Howard Carter resumed his excavations at a spot just north of the workmen's huts in front of Ramses VI's tomb in the Valley of the Kings. The previous day, he'd noted that these huts were obscuring what might be an ancient burial shaft or stairway. And his plan was to get rid of the huts so that he could investigate further. As he wrote in his diary that day, "At last we began to clear away the huts which are in the way of the further prosecution of our work. Clearing these huts took a couple days. Then on the morning of November 4th, Carter came upon a strange sight. His workers were unusually silent and stood motionless near a section where they had been digging. According to Carter's diary, he walked over and discovered the reason for their stillness. There in the sand was a step cut into the solid bedrock. It was the top of a steep staircase that had been sunken into the ground. Carter realized this discovery could be something significant. So he personally began the task of carefully excavating the stairs, working his way down to reach the bottom. Over the next day, November 5th, the team worked diligently to clear away the dirt and reveal more of the structure. By the end of the day, they found the top part of a sealed doorway. The doorway had been deliberately plastered over and sealed with symbolic depictions of the Egyptian afterlife. Among these symbols were the jackal god Anubis and 9 captives, signifying that this was the entrance to a pharaoh's tomb. The discovery sent a thrill of excitement through the team, but they knew they had to proceed with caution. Carter decided not to make any openings in the door yet. Instead, he carefully covered and protected it, marking the site for when his patron, Lord Carnarvon, would arrive. You see, Carter had secured the financial backing of an English aristocrat named Lord Carnarvon for his excavations in the Valley of the Kings. But Lord Carnarvon was currently in England and wouldn't be returning to Egypt for several weeks. Nonetheless, Carter recognized the importance of keeping the site secure and undisturbed until Lord Carnarvon could return to oversee the discovery. So, he left the area guarded by 2 of his staff members, ensuring that no one would disturb the site before his patron's arrival. During this time, while waiting for Lord Carnarvon, Carter prepared for further excavations by hiring additional staff, including Arthur Calendar, who later became a well-known archaeologist in his own right. As the days passed, anticipation grew. Finally, on November 22, 1922, Carter received word that Lord Carnarvon and his daughter Lady Evelyn Herbert had arrived in Luxor. With his patron now present, Carter wasted no time in resuming excavations. The following day, November 24th, Carter's team worked tirelessly to clear away the debris and unveil the full extent of the doorway. To their excitement, it became evident that the door's seals bore the cartouches of Tutankhamun, confirming that this was indeed the entrance to the tomb of the young pharaoh. The discovery sent a wave of excitement through the group, but also a sense of responsibility, realizing the historical significance of what they had found. Carter and his team proceeded with even greater care and attention to detail, with Lord Carnarvon's presence. The team carefully opened the doorway to reveal what lay beyond. They had uncovered a passageway leading deeper into the ground. Carter, along with Lord Carnarvon and his daughter, descended into the shaft and found themselves in a tunnel-like corridor. The team continued their descent into the shaft and eventually arrived at the bottom. Here they found another sealed doorway blocking their path. Once again, they had to wait a few days until they could open it because the entrance was blocked. On November 26, Carter wrote in his diary that the team had cleared away the debris from in front of the second door. He then describes how he cut a hole in the upper corner of the door, enabling him to peer inside with a candle. Through this small opening, he saw signs of the corridor continuing behind the door. However, the main chamber was too dark for him to see anything clearly. So, he waited for his electric torch to be fixed. When his assistant returned with the repaired torch, Carter shone its light through the hole and into the chamber. What they saw on the other side was the first glimpse of the tomb's interior. They observed what appeared to be sarcophagi or chests stacked against the wall, suggesting the presence of mummies. Additionally, they noticed an array of colorful objects, likely canopic jars used to hold internal organs, adorning the walls. Most notably, a bust of Tutankhamun adorned with precious materials like gold was seen standing in front of the wall. The sight of these treasures revealed through the small opening sent a wave of excitement and wonder through the team. It was a testament to the opulence and grandeur of the tomb they had discovered. The realization that they were standing at the entrance to the tomb of Tutankhamun, a pharaoh whose final resting place had remained hidden for centuries, filled them with awe and anticipation for what lay further inside. The careful process of opening the hole and peering inside allowed them to appreciate the intricacy and beauty of the tomb's design even before fully entering. It was a glimpse into a world preserved for thousands of years and touched by modern eyes. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was a monumental event in the field of archaeology. Carter's meticulous excavation methods played a crucial role in uncovering this remarkable site. From the initial discovery of the sunken staircase to the unveiling of the treasure-filled chamber, each step was a testament to his patience and attention to detail. Now, if you want to learn more about the full story of Tutankhamun and his tomb, I highly recommend reading the book The Discovery of the Tomb of Tutankhamun by Zahi Hawass. Zahi Hawass is a renowned Egyptian archaeologist who has led many important archaeological missions in Egypt. In this book, he shares his expertise and insights into the discovery and excavation of Tutankhamun's tomb, providing a comprehensive account of this monumental event. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to support us, please consider becoming a member. Your support allows us to continue creating engaging and educational content about ancient Egypt and other fascinating topics. Now let me know in the comments. Which aspect of the discovery fascinated you the most? Was it the teamwork, the symbolism, or the sheer historical weight of the find? Your thoughts are always appreciated. Thanks for watching and joining us on this journey through time. The discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb was one of the greatest archaeological finds of all time. But it wasn't just Howard Carter who made it happen. Dozens of Egyptian workers played a vital role in excavating and uncovering the tomb, even if many of their names were lost to history. While Carter receives most of the credit, the story of this discovery would not be complete without acknowledging the contributions of these unsung heroes. Let's take a look at some of these men and how they helped make history. One name that stands out among the Egyptian workers involved in the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb is that of Hussein Ahmed. He became well known due to his seemingly accidental discovery of a key part of the tomb. On November 4, 1922, while working under the direction of Howard Carter near the north wall of the middle chamber, Hussein Ahmed noticed something unusual while removing stones. According to Carter, he came across a hole which appeared to have been made with a chisel. Not wanting to waste time on what could be a false lead, Carter instructed him to fill it back in. However, Ahmed, seeing the potential significance of his find, disobeyed his employer and kept the hole open. Upon realizing the next day that it was indeed a void, the team began excavating further, leading to the eventual discovery of a staircase hidden beneath the debris. This groundbreaking moment marked the beginning of the end for the search, as this passageway ultimately led to the burial chamber where Tutankhamun's sarcophagus was found. It's important to note that Ahmed wasn't just a simple laborer. He held the position of overseer and was responsible for overseeing a group of 10 or 20 workers. His keen eye and initiative played a crucial role in advancing the dig. After the discovery of the tomb, Ahmed continued to play a significant role in the ongoing work. Each morning he would provide Howard Carter with a detailed report of any new findings or challenges encountered during their work in the tomb. Moreover, he assisted Carter in examining the numerous artifacts found within the tomb, showcasing his expertise and knowledge of ancient Egyptian artifacts. Another prominent figure among the Egyptian workers was Ahmed Jeriger, who held the title of Reis, which translates to foreman. He was responsible for directing the laborers under his supervision, ensuring they followed Carter's instructions precisely. Jeriger possessed years of experience in excavation and was deeply knowledgeable about the Valley of the Kings. In fact, he had already worked at the site for 17 years before the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. This vast experience gave him the confidence to convince Howard Carter to continue digging in the area where the tomb was eventually found. Despite facing discouragement from others, Carter believed that there was a strong possibility of finding a royal tomb there. His intuition proved correct, and his persistence played a significant role in making the discovery. Carter's expertise was particularly evident when the team was stuck due to heavy rockfall. He devised a plan to clear away the debris and regain access to the dig site. His strategy involved using long hooks to pull away the fallen rocks. Once the path was clear again, he led the way himself, carrying a small pickaxe. It was under his guidance that the workers cleared away more debris and eventually uncovered the staircase leading to the tomb entrance. Without his leadership and knowledge, it might have taken much longer to discover and excavate the tomb. It's important to acknowledge that while Carter is often celebrated as the sole discoverer of the tomb, he himself recognized the contributions of the Egyptian workers. He understood that without their assistance, the discovery might not have been possible. In his book, The Tomb of the Tutankhamun, Carter gives credit to Hussein Ahmed for his valuable help and recognizes the importance of the local Egyptian laborers. Carter hired a total of 50 Egyptian workers, most of whom came from the nearby villages of Al-Qurna. These men were not only instrumental in the discovery of the tomb, but also played a crucial role in its excavation and preservation. They carried out the intense digging, clearing and physical labor required to reach the tomb, often working long hours in hot, dusty conditions. Despite the challenging environment, they remained dedicated to their task, knowing that they were part of a significant historical discovery. And fortunately, the names and individual contributions of many of these Egyptian workers were not widely recorded. Most of them toiled in relative obscurity, and their stories were overshadowed by their British employers. However, their collective effort was indispensable to the success of the archaeological endeavor. It was their local knowledge, skills, and perseverance that enabled Carter's team to make one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of all time. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb was truly a joint effort. While Howard Carter's name is synonymous with the discovery, it was made possible by the combined efforts of himself and dozens of Egyptian workers. The story of this remarkable find would not be complete without acknowledging the contributions of these unsung heroes. Men like Hussein Ahmed and Hussein Awad who displayed initiative, skill and dedication in their work. Their collective effort ensured that one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of the 20th century came to light. As we continue to explore and learn from the ancient Egyptians, it is essential to remember and honor the contributions of those who helped unlock the secrets of the past. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb serves as a testament to the power of collaboration and the importance of recognizing the contributions of all involved. Now, we want to hear from you. Did you know that Egyptian workers played such a crucial role in the discovery? What do you think their stories reveal about the dynamics between British and Egyptian people working together? Let us know your thoughts and join the conversation. If you're looking for ways to support our work, you can become a member by clicking the link in the description below. As a member, you'll gain access to exclusive content, including behind-the-scenes footage, early access to videos, and more. You'll also be joining a community of individuals who share a passion for ancient Egypt and learning about the contributions of Egyptian workers to archaeology. Your support will allow us to continue producing high-quality videos that bring ancient Egypt to life. We would like to extend a special thank you to our current supporters for their invaluable support. Together, we can continue to explore the mysteries and wonders of ancient Egypt and uncover the stories that have been lost to time. So don't forget to show your support and join us on our journey of discovery. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And if you want to learn more about ancient Egypt, check out the series linked in the description. With that, we'll see you next time.